All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baharakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, the hopeful elect, and the one-third, pushing this 100% truth across the four winds so we can see the elect and make it to the kingdom. All right, pretty much I want to do this lesson all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. And what this is going into is pretty much this proves, all right, who the North is, and also this is showing you that the plans like Rex 84, all right, these certain unrighteous decrees that Esau has constructed, all right, that you can Google, all right, that's alluding to Jacob's trouble. Okay, this is ultimately going to lead into Jacob's trouble because more and more and more and more you are seeing who the North is. Okay, I remember when I first came in, a couple years ago. I'm still a very young brother, but when I first came in, there was a season of people just coming against who the North is. All right, and the North is you so-called Latinos, Hispanics. All right, those of the South American, all right, descent, which a lot of Jakes don't even know how the Northern Kingdom was established. Okay, just because right now you're from the Northern Kingdom, that doesn't mean nothing. Ultimately, you're an Israelite. Okay, because if you know the history of Jeroboam and Rehoboam, all right, that was our kingdom splitting. Okay, and having an evil eye towards your brother, that continues to prove that we are the Israelites, because you have a lot of people that disregard the Northern Kingdom. All right, because we are not just a Negro. All right, the Israelites are not just Negroes. All right, and why am I saying that? Because right here, man. Okay, right here you have Latinos under the curses. All right, clearly. Okay, and if you knew history, you would know how they fit the curses, as well as the Southern Kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, so-called Negro, African American, West Indian, and Haitian. Okay, which a lot of Jakes don't even know why the Levites are Southern Kingdom. All right, because if it wasn't for Jeroboam, the Levites would be amongst the Northern Kingdom. All right, sit on that. So, but I say that to say this, because that's another lesson, which Lord's will, Otto and Ratazai could do a lesson on that. All right, but for this, all right, we're going to focus on the Latinos under the curses. All right, it says U.S. citizen pulled over for suspected, I believe it's supposed to say drunk driving, but it says suspected drunk driving, says he was accused of being an illegal immigrant. All right, he is accused of being a legal immigrant. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine someone saying that to an African American? They would lose their shit, especially a so-called black woman. She'd lose her mind, man. She'd lose her mind. But instead, they're called niggers and monkeys. Well, that's your byword. Matter of fact, let's go to it. Let's go into it, because we know the bywords that are said for Southern Kingdom tribes, if you will. But what about Northern Kingdom? All right, is not the Northern Kingdom? Is there not a byword? I remember growing up and people say, "You dirty Mexican." All right, I remember people even saying that. Like, what the hell? How the hell? You yeah, man. Yeah, they got bywords too. Okay, all of our brothers and our sisters of the tribes are under the curses, man. So any of you all black Hebrew Israelites, hey, the Lord's going to kill you, man. All right, Yahweh Shai is going to destroy your ass. Because one, that's carnal. All right, it says judge not a man according to his appearance. All right. And two, you're not spiritual. Okay. This is Proverbs 28 and 37. Real quick, it says, and thou, okay, and thou shalt be an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai shall lead thee. You see that? Oh, let's keep going. Because guess what? And I'm going to speak plain. You niggas, all right, and I'm speaking about you two-third niggas, you black niggas, all right, you all black power. Hey, your ass ain't in the fields, man, all right? You ain't in the field like the Northern is. Look at this. Deuteronomy 28:38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shall gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worm shall eat them. And what's that going into? All right, that's going into labor. But ultimately, who's a laborer, man? All right, here it is. Issachar, his name is he is hired. All right, he's in the strawberry fields. All right, I'll tell you something, man. I worked with a so-called Mexican. That mother, that he put me to shame, man. All right, I couldn't keep up with him. Even this was years ago. I worked in a kitchen. And one of the people, they had said to me, they said, I can't remember his name. It's something like Emmanuel. He's like, well, Emmanuel. I was like, I ain't Emmanuel. I ain't him, motherfucker. Like, don't expect me to do Issachar work. You see? But pretty much what I'm going into is, hey, man, you can see, all right, you can if you have the spiritual eyes to see, you can clearly see the tribes, man. And the tribes ain't all so-called black, all right? And this article, not only with the scriptures, this article proves it, man. All right, you got a lot of northern tribes in strawberry fields and you know, in these fields picking avocados, picking all your fruits and your veggies that you find in your grocery stores, and they're there all day, man. All right, take your ass to California and drive by a Home Depot. It's nothing but the Northern Kingdom waiting for jobs, man. And guess what? They do the work too. All right. Cause you niggas, hey man, I'll tell you one thing, man. Hey, you Southern Kingdom, there's a lot of Southern Kingdom 2/3 Jakes, man. They don't know how to wield shit, man. All right, they sit their ass on the corner. They don't even know how to use any tools, man. All right, but a lot of Northern, they have that talent to build. All right, and I ain't taking away from all our tribes. I'm just speaking and bringing out points. Okay, points proving the tribes, man. Okay. So don't be in that spirit of, and I'm just speaking in general, all right? But don't be in that spirit of all black, you know, all black. Nah, man, all right? Our tribes are everywhere, but we have specific nationalities that are bywords right now. And one of the bywords, all right, is actually, if you're this nationality, you're considered an illegal immigrant. If you are a so-called Mexican right now, you are the new nigga, man. Okay? Because you have the Southern Kingdom Jakes that always talk about slavery, 1619, you know, and this is true. This is very true. All right? And what comes to mind is a specific scene in Birth of a Nation. All right? I believe the beginning scene where his father is being asked for his traveling papers. All right? But guess what? Now you are seeing that more than ever on the northern tribes. Okay? And what are they asking? Let's read it again. U.S. citizen. U.S. citizen. You see that? U.S. citizen pulled over for suspected drunk driving. Says he was accused of being an illegal immigrant. Now you being Hispanic, the byword of illegal immigrant is upon you. Just like how for Southern it's nigga or nigger. Okay? Or black. Okay? Now you just identifying as a Latino, you have a byword of illegal, okay? And it says, for being a legal immigrant and held in jail for days because of his Latino name and skin color, even though he showed his passport. You see that? So they locked this Jake up until ICE got a hold of him. And then ICE had to prove, all right? Oh, it says that after a co-worker provided, yeah, so he had a co-worker provided, and he was in Louisiana, man. Okay, so you see that. So imagine that. Imagine you being a so-called Negro, and you're seeing all this going on with Latinos. You would have to say, damn, man, they being treated like us. Well, guess what? If you know history, the Latino, the so-called Hispanic tribes were in slavery way before the Negro tribes. All right, you ever heard of 1492? Have you ever heard of Columbus? Okay. Columbus went to South America, not North America. Look up the other slavery. See, it just proves right here that they're under the curses, man. Okay? This proves it right here. They're being treated what you call as they're being treated as if they were black. Meaning, what's that saying? That means the world recognizes that so-called black people are discriminated against, but the world is recognizing that Latinos are discriminated against. And why? Because they are the Hebrew Israelites, man. All right? They're the Israelites. Let's get this real quick. Jeremiah 15:5. Now, do you think they cared? Do you think they cared at him saying, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a U.S. citizen. Do you think they cared? No, they don't give a shit, man. Okay? Because this is your captivity. All right? Just because you're a U.S. citizen don't mean a damn thing here in Babylon. All right? Esau is the ruler. The Edomites are the rulers right now, man. All right? And they're all oppressors. So it don't matter if you say you're a U.S. citizen. Because guess what? They're going to come down on the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. It don't matter if you accept that you're an Israelite. Salakia, this is Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Jerusalem is a people before a place. Okay? Jerusalem, wherever Israelites are, that is Jerusalem. Okay? For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Right. So if he was sitting in jail, and I read a little bit of it, I believe that the judge said he could be released the next day, and they held him for an additional 4 days. They held him for an additional 4 days, man. And did they ask how he's doing? How are you doing? How, did you call your job to let them know that we're holding you illegal because we think that you're illegal? No, they didn't. Okay? Why? Because he's under curses. All right? He's under curses, just like Negroes are, so-called Negroes are under curses, just like so-called West Indians are under curses, and just like so-called Haitians are under curses. All right? You're going to realize in these latter days, all right, and the Lord is going to make you realize it, because you have to remember the innumerable multitude. All right? A lot of you carnal-ass Israelites that know you're Israelites, you're going to get confounded when you see someone of Korean descent coming up to camp, man. Okay? When you see someone, just a different nationality, all right? You're going to get confounded, man, all right? The Lord is clearly showing you who his people are because of the curses, all right? And you can't tell me this isn't a curse. That's basically segregation, man. We're witnessing modern day segregation on a political level. What I mean is, you're only segregated if you're not a U.S. citizen. You see, pretty much white and black only thing. Well, now it's American only. All right. So what's that mean? Excuse me. What's that mean? That means you Southern Kingdom Jakes. And when I say that, I'm just saying you so-called Negroes, so-called West Indians, just you so-called black tribes. All right. Now you don't think you're being persecuted because you're a U.S. citizen and you don't see white only, black only. But what about south of the border, man? What about these so-called brown people? America is segregated, man. It's literally segregated. If you're not a U.S. citizen, or if you're not deemed on the level of a U.S. citizen, you are arrested. And you know what this is going to do? It's going to start arresting you light-skinned niggas, man. Okay? You might be Judah, all right? You might even identify as Judah, but guess what? Esau's going to be able to lock your ass up because of your color, all right? Because you're not as dark as a so-called Judite, a so-called African-American, black, They're going to lock your ass up. Look what he says. He said, I got locked up for my skin color. You see that? Right here. You see? And who shall bemoan thee? Who shall ask how thou doest? You see? But ultimately, this is leading to Jacob's trouble. Because if a cop can just pull him over for his skin color being brown, hey, what's that going to lead to? That's going to lead to martial law, man. Because you have something, which we're going to go into real quick. You have something called Rex 84, all right? And Rex 84 is pretty much a decree that is laid out if there is a mass exodus of illegal aliens coming into America, okay, causing a disturbance. The Rex 84 program was originally established on the reasoning that if a mass exodus, come on now, of illegal aliens cross the Mexican-U.S. border, they would be quickly rounded up and detained in detention centers by FEMA. And that's actually what you have going on right now. But let me read this down here. And there you have it. The real purpose of FEMA is not only to protect the government, but to be its principal vehicle for martial law. And then it goes into it how they use Hurricane Katrina to exercise it, to test it. All right. And what do we have right now? That's what you got going on right now. Not only does this prove that the Northern Kingdom, not only does this prove that Hispanics are of the Israelites and from the Northern Kingdom, but this ultimately is going to allude to martial law and Jacob's trouble under the order of Rex 84, man. Okay? Jacob's trouble is coming. And you will be locked up because you have a Latino name. You will be locked up because you have a black name. You will be locked up because you have a Hebrew name. And you will be locked up because of your so-called skin color. All right? Jacob's trouble is coming. Okay? And the Lord is showing his people are still under the curses. And that's what I wanted to get. Barakatah Yahweh B'Shem Shai, for allowing me to remember it. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Because there isn't a point when the curses can't be identified upon the Lord's people. Okay, you can always identify the curses on his people. And why do I say that? Because that's one of the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and 45. It reads, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And this is why you're going to ultimately have Jacob's trouble. All right, look at the sign. Okay, this is our oppressors over us. All right, doing what they will because we didn't listen to the Lord and follow the law, statutes, and commandments. This is why you have a Latino name. This is why you're being pulled over for your skin color. This is why you have bywords upon you. Okay, because you're on punishment. You were not brought to America to succeed, man. You were brought here for punishment. This is why the Southern Kingdom came on slave ships. They literally were brought here on punishment, man. Okay? That's what Jake is going to ultimately realize. Northern and Southern. Okay? So-called black and so-called brown people, all right, are going to realize that they're going through this because they disobeyed their power. They disobeyed Yahweh B'Shem Shai. And this is a prime example. Okay? This is a prime example. When the prophet ripped up Jeroboam's garment into 10 pieces, that was prophecy of the kingdoms being split, and specifically the 10 tribes being distinguished as the Northern Kingdom. Specifically, okay? That is our history, okay? This is what you're witnessing. You're witnessing the curses on the Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom. Whether they accept their Israelites or not, that doesn't matter. That's a part of a curse. Madness. You're cursed. You're cursed, and you don't even know why you're cursed. Okay, that's why the Lord has sent out prophets to break it down. You're not being pulled over because you're black. You're not being pulled over because you're brown. You're being pulled over, being discriminated against because you are Israelites. And this is a prime example. So, Lord's will, you brothers and few sisters were edified through the Spirit as I was. And I just want to say, call Allah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahara Kakodash. With that being said, Shalom.